We're 10-12.
What's going on? Okay. Why is there blood on the floor?
Because they're...
Huh? What? You okay? Are you okay? Are you bleeding?
No.
Who's bleeding?
A 16-year-old calls 911 in tears. An intruder broke in. My mom and her boyfriend are dead. Officers arrive to find a smashed back door, blood everywhere, and 2 bodies inside. The teen, shaking, crying, says she hid in her room for hours while a masked man killed them. It sounds like a nightmare home invasion, almost too perfect. This is Stateside Unsolved Cases, where we uncover the raw truth behind America's most shocking crimes. Tonight, the Florida trans teen who staged the perfect crime scene, until surveillance cameras, blood evidence, and hours of interrogation tore the story apart. Julia Egler, now going by Jasper, confessed to shooting her mother multiple times, chasing and killing her mother's boyfriend, then trying to make it look like someone else did it. What drives a teenager to this level of violence? Was it family conflict, identity struggles, rage over a relationship, or something colder? And how did one piece of evidence, the cameras, expose the lie? Stay with us. We're breaking it down moment by moment.
Who's bleeding? Where's your mom? Stay here. Stay here. Hey. Hang on. It was 10:33. Somebody stay out here with her.
Can we do that?
Just have a seat right here, right?
To understand how a quiet Florida home turned into a crime scene, we need to look at the family inside. Palm Bay, Brevard County, July 2024. 16-year-old Julia Egler, who prefers the name Jasper and he/him pronouns, lives with her mother, Kelley McCollom, and frequently sees Kelley's boyfriend, 22-year-old Matthew Szejnrok. The age gap in the relationship, more than 20 years, was a source of tension. Jasper has said openly he did not support it, found it awkward when Matthew was around, and made his feelings clear. "I don't really want you here." Arguments between Jasper and Kelley were frequent and intense. A major flashpoint, Jasper's gender identity. Jasper identifies as trans and felt repeatedly misgendered by his mother, called she instead of he, referred to as Julia rather than Jasper, or addressed with terms like child in attempts to be neutral that still fell short. These clashes came up often during fights. "You're not a real boy," phrases Jasper described as transphobic and deeply hurtful. Despite the friction, the household appeared normal on the surface. Homeschooling for Jasper, Kelley working, Matthew around regularly. But beneath it, resentment built. Over identity, acceptance, the boyfriend's presence, and everyday teen parent strain. No one outside the home knew how deep the cracks ran. Viewers, imagine living in that tension, feeling unseen in your own identity, clashing over a relationship you oppose, arguments that escalate. Would it stay verbal, or could it boil over into something irreversible? No one expected the night of July 6th to 7th, 2024 to end in double murder. But the signs were there, hidden until the evidence forced them into the open. July 6th, 2024, late evening into early July 7th. Kelley McCollom and Matthew Szejnrok are out, reportedly getting food. Jasper is home alone with the 2 family dogs. The house is quiet, but inside, something has been simmering. Arguments over gender identity, misgendering, the boyfriend's presence, these weren't new. Jasper has described feeling unseen, frustrated, and angry. That night, those feelings reach a breaking point. This tragedy is the result of that argument. However, right now, Jasper is in tears. Well, rehearsed acting like he is a victim. Police look around to confirm, to check for a break-in or anything of the like.
They're in my room. No, they're just in my room.
Is the door to your room open?
No, they're closed.
Okay. Are you hurt anywhere?
No. No.
Start passing on.
I wish Jacob was here.
Yeah, 43. Hey, what's your name?
Julia.
Huh?
Julia Egler.
Julia Egler?
Egler.
Egler? Okay, who do you live here with, hon? Your mom, are you okay? Are you injured at all?
Physically, no.
No? Okay. Who else lives here? Just your mom?
Her boyfriend was around a lot.
Her boyfriend? What's his name?
Matthew.
Matthew? Was there any arguments or anything tonight?
Between who?
Page 7,
Me and my mom's arguing a lot.
you have
I should have told her I loved her.
Going and getting stuff.
I should have told her I loved her.
Jasper is then taken away from the crime scene before she is further questioned.
I'm out here now.
I'm just gonna ask you a couple basic questions so you can get an understanding here and let you a couple minutes to, process. Were you asleep? No? At the time of what?
When it started.
What started?
When he came up.
Matthew came up to the window?
No, I don't know who it was.
You don't know who it was? Okay. This front window right here?
It was glass sliding doors or back door. It was. You can go up to that.
Where was your mom at?
Her and her boyfriend were out. They were buying. I have to trade for that.
And so they were out when you heard this person come up to the window? Okay.
At first, Jasper tells the police that it was a break-in. Someone came from the back door and smashed the glass, killed her mother and her mother's boyfriend, and ran away. But of course, it is all a lie. This is what happened. Jasper takes his mother's .38 caliber revolver from her bedroom. He waits. When Kelley and Matthew return through the front door, normal entry, no break-in, Jasper is ready. According to the eventual confession, the moment they step inside, he opens fire. Multiple shots hit Kelley. Matthew pleads, tries to flee toward the bathroom. The revolver empties. Jasper reloads, follows, shoots again. When the gun runs dry a second time, he grabs a chef's knife and stabs Matthew repeatedly. But the plan isn't over. To cover it, Jasper stages the scene, smashes the backsliding glass door from the outside, axe left nearby, scatters shell casings, places the knife near one body, drags dogs into his bedroom and locks the door, creating the appearance of hiding during a home invasion. Bloody footprints end up inside the glass line, not outside. He waits hours, long enough for the scene to look like he'd been terrified and trapped, then calls 911, sobbing about an unknown intruder who broke in and killed them. Viewers, picture that moment of decision. Alone with a gun, resentment boiling over. Do you walk away, call for help, or does rage take control? The call goes out just after midnight. Officers arrive expecting a survivor of horror. What they find unravels everything. The scene matches parts of the story: smashed back sliding glass door, glass outside, blood on the floor. Kelley McCollom is in the kitchen area, Matthew Szejnrok in a nearby room. both deceased from multiple gunshot wounds and stabs. Shell casings scattered, a chef's knife near one body, an axe by the broken door. But red flags appear almost immediately. The mother's truck in the driveway is still warm to the touch, recently driven. Keys are found near one victim. The dogs Jasper said he grabbed and hid with are locked in his bedroom. Door closed, not roaming during an alleged home invasion. Bloody footprints are inside the glass line on the dining room floor, suggesting someone walked through after the break-in, not before. Surveillance cameras, home system, show no one approaching or entering the back door. Instead, footage captures Kelley and Matthew arriving normally through the front. No intruder in view. Officers note Jasper's calm answers amid tears. She was homeschooled, used AirPods to sleep, heard banging and gunshots hours ago, but stayed hidden. She mentions past arguments with her mom, but insists the intruder did this. While one officer stays with Jasper outside, checking for injuries, keeping her calm, others inside quietly document. Shell casings matching caliber, no forced entry signs beyond the stage door. Blood spatter patterns inconsistent with a random intruder fleeing. The pieces don't fit. Viewers, watching officers walk into that scene, a crying teen, a seemingly classic home invasion. But the devil is in the details. The warm truck, locked dogs, footprints inside the glass. Would those make you suspicious right away? Or would grief blind you at first? The initial sympathy starts to shift. Detectives decide to bring Jasper to the station for a formal interview. The real unraveling is about to begin.
That you
A few-
go by Jasper, is that accurate? Because I don't want to, yeah. And what are your pronouns, if you don't mind me asking?
I usually go by he.
He? Okay. So obviously it's been a couple of hours, so you've been with us, so I gotta read you this thing. Your rights first, and then we can go through everything with you and figure out what's going on.
Hey Julie, Jasper, is that you want to go by? I'm Detective Szejnrok. I work with Detective Brown. You're in high school. What's the highest grade level you went?
Ninth right now.
I'm sorry?
I'm in ninth right now.
Okay, so you know how to read and write?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And how old are you?
16.
16? Okay. All right. Doing good in school? Yeah. Okay. Well, we talked to you on scene, so what we want to do is just go over some more things. At first, what we do is go and look at the crime scene, and then we come back and ask you questions that make sense, that helps make sense of it, okay? Because we wasn't there, okay? I never met you before. I don't think Detective Brown never met you before. So, which is a good thing, that we don't know you, you know? So, she's gonna read you your rights. It's called Miranda warnings, and then from there, we're gonna go ahead and
They ease into the story.
to also, okay? All right.
So you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you in court. You have the right to talk to a lawyer for advice before he asks you any questions, and have a lawyer present with you during questioning. If you cannot afford a lawyer, one will be appointed for you before any questioning if you wish. If you decide to answer any questions now without a lawyer present, you will still have the right to stop answering any time until you speak with a lawyer. You may choose not to answer any particular questions. Do you understand each of these that I read to you? Now, we're reading you this based off, procedure. You're not under arrest, you're not in trouble, but just because of the amount of time that you've been here, it's just standard procedure.
I just want to be fair to you, that's it.
Right.
So Jasper, I've been doing this job about 28 years now. I've been doing it for a while. And one thing I learned is that everybody that comes in this police department, a lot of them are good people that just make bad mistakes. Okay. Now, Detective Brown briefed me on what you told her out there on the scene. Okay. We looked over the crime scene, and some things are not adding up. Okay. And like I said, I never met you before. And I don't know what's going on in your house. I don't know what you're going through. But I do have a feeling that you have not told us exactly what happened.
Jasper repeats the intruder tale. Heard someone at the back door, hid with dogs, heard banging / gunshots hours ago. emerge to find bodies. But detectives shift. Evidence isn't matching. They lay out contradictions calmly. Surveillance cameras show no one approaching or breaking the back door. Kelley and Matthew enter normally through the front. Bloody footprints are inside the glass line, impossible if intruders smashed from outside. Trucks still warm, recently driven. Dogs locked in bedroom. Why lock them during a home invasion? Shell casings scattered, knife/axe placed. Looks staged. Jasper pushes back. Theoretically, points out a blind spot between cameras. Detectives note only someone familiar with the setup would know that. They press on family arguments. Frequent fights over misgendering, "You're not a real boy." Disapproval of Matthew, "I didn't support their relationship," made it obvious. Tension rises. Detectives go direct. "We don't believe the intruder story. If you did something tonight and there was a reason, we want to know why." They emphasize remorse, humanity. Is this a monster or someone who made a terrible mistake? Silence stretches. Detectives repeat, "Did you hurt your mom and Matthew today?" After hours of circling, the story crumbles. Jasper admits no intruder. He took the .38 revolver, waited for them to come home, shot Kelley multiple times on entry, chased Matthew to the bathroom, pleading, emptied the gun, reloaded, shot again, then stabbed with a chef's knife. Staging followed to fake a break-in. Viewers, hearing that shift, from tearful victim to confessed killer, does the family conflict explain it? Or was it premeditated? The interrogation footage is raw. Silence, pressure, admission. What stands out most to you? Share in the comments. The interrogation ends with Jasper under arrest. Initial charges: 2 counts of murder. Booking footage shows a quiet, subdued teen. Fingernails scraped for DNA, AirPods and earrings collected, consensual swab taken. By August 2024, a Brevard County grand jury indicts Jasper Egler on 2 counts of first-degree premeditated murder. The state attorney's office successfully moves to try him as an adult, common in Florida for severe juvenile cases involving firearms and planning. Under Florida law and U.S. Supreme Court precedent, he is not eligible for the death penalty as a juvenile offender at the time of the crime. If convicted, he faces life in prison without parole, or possibly a lengthy term with parole eligibility depending on sentencing. As of early 2026, Jasper remains in custody awaiting trial. No plea deal has been publicly reported, and the case is ongoing in Brevard County Circuit Court. The prosecution will likely emphasize premeditation, waiting with gun, reloading, staging the scene, while the defense may highlight family conflict, identity struggles, mental health factors, and possible heat-of-the-moment elements, despite the evidence of planning. This tragedy leaves profound questions. A mother's life ended, a young man's future derailed, a family fractured beyond repair. It highlights the devastating impact of unresolved tensions over identity, acceptance, relationships, and how quickly they can spiral when weapons are accessible. Could open communication, counseling, or early intervention have changed the outcome? Or was the resentment too deep? Viewers, looking back on the full story, does the family conflict and misgendering provide context? Or does the deliberate staging and violence point to premeditation? What one factor do you think was most pivotal? Share your reflections in the comments. We read them all, and they help shape how we approach these difficult cases. Thanks for staying with us on Stateside Unsolved Cases through this heartbreaking and chilling case from Palm Bay, Florida. One final note: surveillance cameras were the turning point in this case. They showed no intruder, normal entry, and helped expose the staging. Having reliable home security can provide clarity, deter threats, or capture the truth when things go wrong. I've linked some top-rated CCTV and doorbell systems in the comments below. Brands like Ring, Arlo, Wise, and Blink, with strong night vision, motion alerts, and easy setup. Click those affiliate links to check current deals and protect what matters. Thanks for supporting the channel if you do.